I want us to start off this morning in silence, trying to answer one question. Now, the silence is going to feel awkward. You're going to hear some people cough, some feet moving. But in times like these, times when we feel like the world is changing in ways that stir something up inside of us, we need to slow down, take a breath, and see God in our life. So I want us to slow down, take a breath, and try to answer to yourself this question. When have you seen God in your life in the last month? Big, small, anywhere in between. When have you seen God in your life in the last month? Okay, everybody open your eyes up. I'm over here. I'm not playing a trick. It's just easier if I'm not holding a mic for this whole time, okay? We all cool with me standing over here? A little change of pace? Okay. My name is Corey. I am a beloved... That was on me. I kicked the mic stand. Laughter is a beautiful thing. I'm a beloved child of God. My name is Corey. I'm a soon-to-be father. I'm an okay husband. I'm an average minister of the gospel. I love baseball. I love baseball. I'm a member of this society. I live in the United States of America. I cannot assume how you voted. And in this moment, I really don't care. But there's one thing that I know that God is asking me to do. It's to look within myself, to look around at my life and my people, and ask, where have I seen God? Where have I seen God? Now, in times like these, when we feel like the darkness might be winning, when we feel like hate and lies might have won, we have to ask that question. And sometimes, depending on where you're at, that's a hard question to answer. It's a scary question. Because you might see God in someone who doesn't look like you, or think like you, or voted like you. You might not see God within yourself, but in people who might be spreading hate, who might be oppressing, who might be causing pain. If there's one thing I've learned from reading Scripture and from all my classes at Duke, if there's one thing I have learned, is that no matter who is in power, no matter what happens in an election, no matter what war we're fighting, no matter how we treat each other, no matter how we view ourselves in the mirror, no matter what laws are passed, no matter if everyone feels welcome at the communion table, no matter what sins I might commit, no matter how I might fail my wife and my future son and myself and my church and my community, God is still present. If you look at testimonials of any religious person who's lived through any kind of change, and I don't care how you voted, you can all agree that the next couple of years there's going to be a lot of change, whether we like it or not. Change is coming. Change happens. That's how life works. Anyone who has lived through the type of change we might experience in the history of our world, when they look back on it and you ask them what do they regret the most of the people will say, I didn't trust God enough. I didn't look inside myself, within my community, within my church, whatever they believed, and say, I didn't trust God enough because I didn't try to see where God was at in it. If we can see where God is present in our lives right now, in this moment, in the last month, if we can seek to see where God is present tomorrow, then I think the worry and the fear of the unknown might slowly go away. If we can first understand where God is at in our lives, then we can remind ourselves of this fact. It's simple, church. We're human, and we forget it sometimes. I know I do, but it's simple. God is still God. God is still love. No matter who's in charge, no matter how we treat ourselves, no matter what we say about each other, no matter how many bombs we drop and bullets we shoot, God is still God. Now, what does that mean? I could stand up here and talk about what that means from now until the cows come home. And if you know that term, then I'm glad. It means this: love. That's what our scripture says this morning. It simply means love. No matter how dark and bleak the future might feel, no matter how broken we might feel, no matter how let down we might feel, no matter how distant from God we might feel, God is love, and God is present here and now, and love will win. If God is still God and we truly believe that, then we truly have to believe that God's kingdom will still come no matter what. No matter how hard we try as broken, beloved, blessed human beings to work away from it, God's kingdom is still coming. It just don't look like it sometimes. It just might not look like it right now. And that's okay. Because the I don't know, the future that we feel like we think we have control over, but we really don't, feels scary. And that's okay. So if we can remember that God is present in our lives, and we can remember that God is still God, that Jesus is still Jesus, that we're still getting forgiven every moment of every day and led down that path, then what? Do we just sit back and go, you know what? Yeah, I can see God there, and I can see God there, and I can see God there. Do we just sit back and go, okay, God's love, and it might not look like love one, but love is still there, and do we just stop there? Do we get defeated by an election? Do we get defeated because some people in our country choose certain things that are different than us? Do we get defeated because people say mean things? Do we get defeated because laws might be passed, we don't know yet, that say that certain people aren't as beloved? Do we get defeated when we feel like God's not there? Or do we work against that feeling? And we say, God is still here, and what we're called to is what we always have been called to. So what will you do next? I know for sure for me, and I'm not trying to talk political here, but for me, I can't wait for tomorrow. Because tomorrow, God willing, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to get a chance to love. And I'm going to get a chance to spread peace and hope and joy. And I'm going to get a chance to be with my Creator again. And again, and again, and again, and again. No matter how I might vote, no matter how I might act, no matter who's in charge, no matter if I upset my wife, no matter if I'm going to disappoint my son, and I will, God is still calling me to love. I know it might feel dark right now. Some people might be happy because of the election. We all know that change is going to happen. Even though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I ain't going to fear no evil because my God is present and with me. My prayer isn't that we can figure out why certain people voted certain ways and why we voted certain ways. My prayer is that God gives me and all of us the courage to run towards the darkness, to run towards the hate, and carry that light that we are blessed with in every moment of every day and say, enough is enough. It might look like hate has won. It might look like that darkness is spreading, but enough is enough. Love will win. And let me show you how. Do not be defeated, for our God is with us. I want us all to leave this place, this safe place where all are beloved, no matter what, encouraged. God is still God. And God willing, we're going to have a chance to love again and again and again and again until we meet our Creator. Love will win.